Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today I thought I would show you some fun techniques using the new Floral Statements, which is a 2-stamp set with a thanks on it and a hello. And we're going to use both of them today, and I'm going to show you some different techniques with both of them. So these are some finished projects just to sort of show you an idea. But the first one we're going to do is to get this lovely effect like this, which is very, very simple. So what we need to do to start off with is to get a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and this measures 5 1/4 by 3 1/2. And we are going to take the Hello stamp set, which you can see it's an absolutely lovely huge stamp set. So what we need to do is we are going to do this one in the Night of Navy, and we need to, because it's a big one, I always put the ink to the stamp rather than trying to stamp it up the other way, because it actually is easier then to cover all of the areas. And then you get a nice little bit of bubble on there. Do it nice and gently. That's it. And then we are going to line this up. I'm going to take it down a bit because otherwise my head will come straight in underneath on the camera. And we are going to, make sure I've got it the right way around. Going to line that up in the centre and just press it down. Now you do need to press it down quite firmly. So go across all of the areas. And just let the ink settle a little bit on the card. So if you just hold it for a minute, it allows the ink to settle in and you get a cleaner, sharper print. So here we go. And you can see you've got the lovely hello in the Night of Navy. Now let me just clean this stamp using my stamping scrub quickly. So I can then use it for the next one. Okay. Wet side, dry side, and it comes out beautifully and clean. Now we are going to do another one in, let me guess, another piece of the Whisper White cardstock. We're going to do another one just to show you the difference in the two different tones. We're going to do another one in the Sweet Sugar Plum, which is another lovely colour. Go across this one carefully and across on the other side. Now, if you do what I'm doing on there and you do it very quickly, you'll find that the ink tends to bubble more. So if you do it gently, it doesn't, because my ink packet is quite juicy at the moment, because you want it fairly juicy to get a really good print. So let's put this one in the centre like that, and again give it a good press on all the areas. When I'm not underneath the camera, what I tend to do is actually stand up, put my hand on top and give it a good press down like that, but I'm not going to get the leverage sitting down at an angle like this. So it's going to be, there we go. Another one like that. Okay, so what we need to do now is to just take our aqua painter, a little bit of water in it, and we are just going to let me do the Night of Navy one first. We're just going to literally take the aqua painter, and as you can see, you can just pick up the colour direct from the stamp that you've already just stamped, because being water soluble, it will pick up the colour, and then you can just literally just blend it through. We'll take it through the centre as well. Take it up through on the leaves, and you can see it just blends through really beautifully, just picking up the colour. And you can get it darker or lighter. If you leave it to settle for a few minutes and come back to it, you won't be able to pick up quite as much colour. So if you wanted a slightly softer look, you could do it that way. And if you don't want as much ink, you can just wipe it off, so that you clean your brush in between if you want to. But I quite like the way it gives that sort of old inked blue colour with the Night of Navy. It's just a lovely colour, and say it's perfect for this technique. And as you can see, it goes really quite quickly. Let's just do this one in on here. So again, just picking up the colour, moving it through, not picking up quite as much on this one to just show you, you can pick it up quite palely if you want to. Let's take it down through on here, and obviously the water just allows the ink to move through and give you this lovely, lovely background. So let's just get through on this one, on these little bits up here, these little bits up here, down through on the leaves, up through on the flower. Again, spend a little bit more time, as I always say, than me, because obviously I'm trying to rush things through the video but give you a good idea of the technique at the same time. So take it through on here, down on this bit, down through on there, down on there, like that. As you can see, you've now got, just go through that centre bit very lightly because I want to put a little bit of yellow through on there. Okay, so just clean off your brush and let's do the Sweet Sugar Plum, and exactly the same on this one, just picking up the colour, and because this is a paler one, you won't get quite as much of a depth of colour coming through, which gives you a really subtle flower. But as I say, for a quick technique to colour through on a card without having to colour every single little piece, it makes a really nice sort of technique. Now I'm only going to do this first one on this one, so you don't have to see the whole lot, but you can see again, you just blend that colour through and you've got the two different colours on there. Now, if I just put this, let me show you on, I've just got a coordinating piece of Night of Navy and a card base. So I can just show you on there how it makes a very simple, easy card with just the colour through on there. Let me show you it with the Sweet Sugar Plum. And again, I've only obviously done the one on there, but I put that through on there. You can see how beautifully it colours through. So a very easy way to colour in a card just by using our aqua painter. Now, on to the second one. The second one is a little bit different because what I've done is I've coloured through the rose, and as you can see, it's very, very vibrant. Far more vibrant than if you just used our pencils, or if you just use our Stampin' Right markers. So what I've done with this one is, let me show you, I have taken some archival black and literally just stamped the image out to start off with. Now I'm using our watercolour pencils, and we're going to use the Real Red. Let me find it. Where's my Real Red? Is it right down on the end? No. Is it that one? No. It's always difficult to see in the light sometimes to see where it is. It should be in here somewhere. Let me get them out so I can see it. There we are. I can see it there. Right. Now, I found that if you don't sharpen the pencils too much, you can get a really good colour from the side. Now, all we're going to do on this, again, it's going to be a very quick card. So, you stamp it. You are going to literally take the red and colour it. What I do to get the different angles of where the petals come is to just turn the card as I'm going. But as you can see, I'm not taking a huge amount of time on this. I'm just turning it as I go. So you get the, as I say, the angle of where the petals grow And again, taking the side of the pencil and going down on the side, because again, you don't get so many lines on that and it's easier to blend quite quickly. And just take that through on there, some through on that angle, turn it round again. Oops, let's pick this up. Turn it round through on there, turn it round through on there, turn it round through on there. And again, this is just a very easy way to colour it through. And then we are going to take the old olive, which is the green one. Let me find that one in the, there we go. So we're going to take the old olive pencil, and we again, using the sides, you're just going to colour this in. You don't have to be particularly precise. You don't have to go right the way down to the edge. You're just literally laying the colour down and taking it through like that. As I say, I'm only going to do one rose to just show you how I achieve the real brightness. So you can see from that if I then put this one over of the finished one, it's quite a lot paler. So what we are going to do is, instead of using the aqua painter, we are going to use some of our Stampin' Right markers, and we are going to use, we get them out, we are going to use the, this is the Melon Mambo, and we are going to use the wide tip, and we are then going to colour across over the top of the watercolour pencil. So you're actually blending some of that through. Again, you can spend a little bit more time on this bit, but you don't have to spend a huge amount. You're just laying down the colour over the top, turning it as you go, because then, as I say, it looks as if the you're going in the direction of the leaves. This bit on here. I didn't do the two colour tone in here, so it's just going to be the one through there. And take that through on there, bring it over, and by picking it up with the our Stampin' Right markers, you get the undertone of the real red, and then the Melon Mambo over the top, and it gives a real depth of colour that you wouldn't achieve with just one or the other, which is rather nice if you're trying to get a really deep red rose, but again, not spending a huge amount of time in colouring it through. So I'm all about sort of speed sometimes of crafting and getting a great effect without having to spend hours and hours in colouring. I love colouring, but there are times and places for that too. So that is the rose done. And then for the leaf, we are going to use, and I think this is Old Olive on, no, it's not, Pear Pizzazz. So this one is Pear Pizzazz, and so we're going over the Old Olive in that. And again, you are just getting that extra depth of colour coming through, which just makes it quite bright. So if you want to, I always think that this looks really beautifully done in really subtle colours and spending a lot of time, but it also just in something that's really quite vibrant. I think it looks lovely as well. So and it's the sort of thing that, particularly if you're like me, I always have lots and lots of thank you cards to send out, so sometimes I don't have time to sit and spend hours designing a card. I just want something that is quick but very pretty. So there you are on one side. Now if I bring back the finished one, you can see I've done all the way through on there. It stands out, and if you've noticed, I've put roses are red and the thanks, because I was so pleased with it coming out really bright red. Now this I have used let me reach underneath to grab it for you. I have used our Labeler alphabet. I am so impressed with this, because literally you can make whatever words you want for any sentiment, for anything from something funny, and as you can see, they are all in photopolymer. so it's really easy to line them up. You have got clear ones, and you've got the ones on the black background as well, which I've used on this. You can mix and match them, so you can have some of one colour and some of the other. So great tip, get one of these and you can put whatever words you want on your card. So that's the finished one. If you notice the sparkle on here, what I did was I just used some of our fine glue tip, and then I just sprinkled some of our dazzling diamonds on there. But as I say, it stands alone beautifully. So if I bring back the other ones just on there, we've got this one using the simple watercolouring to make a great card, and this is it in the Night of Navy, which again I think looks absolutely beautiful on there. So a couple of ideas for cards using this great stamp set, which is let me just get it back for you, which is the Floral Statements. So I've used Floral Statements and I've used the Labeler Alphabet. Thank you ever so much for watching today. As always, there will be more details on everything over on my website, which is amethyststarcrafting.blogspot.com. Thank you again. Bye-bye.